Everything is upside down triangles.
Yeah, upside down triangle.
Everything's upside down.
Upside down.
The upside down triangle thing. I think you.
Isosceles.
I think those are isosceles triangles. I think you're definitely onto something. Every single piece of structure up here is inverted.
So I was thinking, going along with the Zonai, what if the Zonai, the missing triangle, was the missing piece of the puzzle this whole time, and they have the power to fully destroy Ganon completely?
Yeah. Hi, welcome. Sorry I yelled. I didn't mean to yell. Welcome to the Pixel Perfect podcast.
Oh,
What?
God, I forgot I was going to be big.
Oh,
Well,
I
I'd be
knew.
big.
I knew. I even sent you a heads up of like the what is going to look like.
It's because your camera and you yourself look fantastic. Me, I look like stretched out. Can you like make me smaller?
No, I'm not. You don't look stretched out at all. And no, I spent like an hour.
We look like we have matching heads, and we know your head's bigger than mine.
What, you want me to be like this? Oh yeah, you're looking at the wrong one. Anyway, getting into it. We have a lot to talk about, and we're going to I don't even know how to start this. So
I can't believe they announced the trailer. I just can't believe
you can't believe that
happened.
they announced it?
I mean, I wasn't expecting it. I
Yeah.
love not expecting things.
I mean, we talked about it like that they were gonna possibly have one more. Remember, I was like, they didn't
Yeah.
do a cinematic.
Yeah, I knew they were gonna have another one
We had nothing about
because
story.
we haven't had a trailer for story, so
Yeah.
they have to do that.
Like everything was super. Like the last story trailer we had was what 2019 or something. It's been like 3 years.
Yeah, and I forgot all those trailers.
Yeah, I just had to watch them again. Actually, here we can put them on while we put them on down there. I
And
forgot I had
sometimes
a pause.
I'd be watching videos about Tears of the Kingdom, and they would bring something up, and I was like, "What? I didn't know that was
That was
shown."
I forgot that there was so much reversed audio in all of them.
Yeah.
Until the last one, I was like, "Oh, there's reverse audio, whatever." But it's in all of them.
So where were you? What were you doing when they announced? They officially announced at E3 that they were developing the sequel to Breath of the Wild. I know you were out of the.
In 2019,
Yeah, it was 2019.
I was in, but I hadn't. I was still a year out from making any content for gaming. But I had my Switch, right? No, I didn't have my Switch. I don't know. I don't know what I was doing. I think I was paying attention to what was going on in gaming because I was working on trying to figure something out. But like in terms of content creation and getting back into gaming, but I definitely was not all in on it. So I don't remember what I was doing. I have no idea. What were you doing?
Well, you weren't even tempted by Breath of the Wild at that point.
No, I didn't. That was around the time that because that was before. Was that around the same time that Link's Awakening was announced? Because that
Yes.
came out in 2019. And
Yes.
that's what got me to get my Switch. And so
Yes.
it was, for some reason, Link's Awakening had more of an impact on me. But then I bought Breath of the Wild first, because I was like, I should play Breath of the Wild. Remember, I didn't buy Link's Awakening for like 2 more years. Or another year. But, yeah, I don't know. I didn't get into Breath of the Wild really that much. I got, 10 hours in, and then just quit at that Lionel. that you saw. And
I
then you picked it
understand
up.
completely that the Lionel would deter me also.
I just didn't know. Even in when I just played the other night, I got lost. I didn't know what to do, and I had to look it up. Like I get lost so easy in Zelda
Yeah,
games.
that's all Zelda games
I
though.
know, but I was like, where do I go? It's like complete these three trials, and I was like, I don't know where these are, and I
I
didn't.
never experienced that too much with Breath of the Wild, just because I loved exploring so much that just through exploring, you
Yeah,
happen
you
to
weren't
come across
you weren't
something.
focused on the
Yeah.
actual.
It was
Yeah.
like that meme I sent you. I would be focusing on not doing the main quest, walk somewhere, accidentally trigger the main quest, and I'd be like, oh, damn it.
Yeah. I mean, I finally beat. Oh, I forgot to record. Oh, I can't record something. I think I didn't update Streamlabs or something. Um, yeah, I didn't. Shit, that sound's gonna make it in the podcast. Anyway, um,
Oh.
I did it. Anyway, um, yeah, I didn't get. I mean, I didn't get that far into Breath of the Wild until the end of 2021, and when I finally beat it. So, um, anyway,
Now we finally have so much information that we didn't know we were going to get.
for Tears of the Kingdom.
It felt like forever. I remember sneaking off at work to watch the E3 trailer, and it was the last thing they showed, the little squiggly, um, the first trailer,
Yeah, okay.
the
I'll put it back
announcement,
on.
the little squiggly lines, and then I was like, that's Breath of the Wild. I thought maybe they're going to do another DLC, but then the ending was Breath of the Wild sequel is now in development, and I was like,
Yeah, the red not malice eats the
not
eats. Is it
Malice?
not malice?
What? Why is it not
I don't
Malice?
know. I thought we were just talking about that it wasn't malice.
It is
It
Malice.
is
It's
malice.
coming out of
Oh
Ganondorf.
yeah. I don't know. What were we talking about? Like the red isn't malice. I don't know. I
I
don't
never
remember.
said the red isn't Malice.
Okay. I don't know. But yeah,
That is so creepy. It freaks me out every single time.
his face.
Just watching, I've been watching so many theory and trailers, just rewatching it and pausing it, and I just and it's funny because this is the first trailer that we ever saw.
Yeah.
But going back to it, just seeing them in the cave and then they come across this creepy thing, I'm like, oh no, no, no. I'd run the heck out of there.
Yeah, that I mean it's funny because that trailer like shows more than anything else we've really seen story wise, and the first two, and then ever since then it's just been like random gameplay stuff.
Hmm.
But okay, let's get
They were
into.
hoping we forgot about it,
Yeah, maybe.
which I did. I did.
I forgot. Uh, do you want to get into some of the things that we've noticed over the what 5 trailers that we have now? Is it 5, 4?
Of story theories.
I don't know. We can start with whatever you want.
Okay, okay.
I know you have your list. I have my
I have
list.
my list, and
I want to save your big one maybe for like halfway through because I want to
what's my
discuss
big
it.
one? I don't even know what my big
Your
one
big
is.
one is your
All of them
the
are kind of
tri-
connected.
okay, the Triforce reveal thing. Is that where you're
Is
going to
that
start
the
with?
big one?
What's your big
Yeah.
one? I don't know.
Okay.
Start with whatever you want.
I was just gonna go in order because it started because you were playing Breath of the Wild while I was doing my own thing.
Yeah.
And then you sent me the video of the monk and you
Oh
asked me
yeah.
something about the decay. And I was like, I don't know what he's asking me. Why is he bothering me? And you sent
Yeah,
me
that
the
sounds right.
video. And I'm like, I don't know what he's asking. And then it got me. So I asked you, oh, did you know that the 4 monks on the Great Plateau, their signs all do they do the Triforce pose.
Yeah.
That was like an Easter egg that it became known very early on, and I sent you a picture of it. And I was looking at it and I'm like, it's so funny that you have the fourth one of the monks doing the upside down triangle.
Yeah,
Because you think about the Triforce, you're thinking it's just
three
three. Why
triangles.
is
Yeah,
there a fourth? Yeah, I mean, when you draw the picture, you need it is there.
the fourth one is made out of the three.
Yeah, it's the negative space. It's I don't know. So that came into my head like, what is that about? And that's when I thought, um, oh shit. In the trailers, we kept seeing upside down pyramids
Yeah,
in the Sky Islands. So I
both
thought,
like the temples or whatever, the structures
mhm.
and the islands themselves are upside down triangles. A bunch of
Yeah,
them upside down. Everything's upside down triangles.
everything is upside down triangles. And then that got me thinking about the dragons. I don't know what I thought about the dragons. Oh, I think you mentioned that there's a fourth dragon.
Yeah, well, I saw something, and people were pointing out that even though the dragon that they keep showing that's flying around that big island that they
Hmm.
keep you keep going to, all the shots are basically from one big set of islands like that he keeps going to, and there's a dragon flying around it that it looks like the one from uh Pharaoh.
Farosh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's slightly different and it
Yeah,
has different
apparently this one
markings and everything.
is it has like some blue on it and it
Yeah,
has yellow hair or something.
and it doesn't have like the big spike. Like there's a bunch of things. Oh, I have the picture of that too somewhere. Where is it? Oh,
I
here.
was trying to look for a picture of it.
There's not a clear shot.
Oh,
I saw.
no, there was another picture. Maybe an earlier shot where we get a
Oh, this was
I don't know.
I searched for a while. This was the best one. I remember seeing a video where they like zoomed in slow mode where you could see stuff like moving, but I couldn't find that again.
So you brought that up, and in my thinking of, there's this fourth monk that's doing the upside down triangle in the negative space, and now there's this fourth dragon, and I'm thinking we always thought of everything in Hyrule being in three is the Triforce. There's the three goddesses that created Hyrule, Din, Naedra, and Farore. And they're all those dragons in Breath of the Wild. They're all named after those goddesses.
Hmm.
So when there's three, and there's three, the wisdom and courage and power. It's the Triforce, and now I'm starting to think about this fourth triangle, and now there's a fourth dragon. So
And
I'm
then
starting to think
everything in yeah, and then
maybe
all
there's
the
like another piece to the puzzle,
I have a
that
question.
a hidden gem.
Yeah, and I like that it's like in the negative space. Like the islands are in the sky in the negative space. That
Hmm.
there's everything is like this that whole like if we're relating it to the Zonai, that the Zonai existed once but they don't exist anymore, and so they could be representative of the negative space in the Triforce, something like
Yeah.
that. Can I get will you give a recap real quick of what the Zonai are and how they came to be, just for anyone that doesn't know?
So the Zonai, from what I know, they are barbarians,
Yeah.
very old, very
Ancient, yeah.
prehistoric. Their ruins are found in Faron Woods, which is the southeast of Hyrule. And there you could find a bunch of Zonai ruins. And it would actually say, when you go there, it says Zonai ruins.
Oh, it does
And
say it.
yeah, so when I was fishing around there today, the second I entered the area, it made a little blurb saying this is the Zonai ruins. And what's around there is there's a lot of monuments that look like dragons, tons of dragons. I came across like so many
Yeah.
dragons. Um, there's on the map specifically where it says Zonai ruins, there's a Bokoblin camp, and I think there's a couple of Bokoblin camps that are there, and they're all these big towering camps with a gigantic skull on top. And what's found in the Zonai area is the barbarian armor. That's what you get doing 3 shrines.
Hmm.
And the barbarian armor is very caveman looking, made out of fur or very primal.
Yeah. Bones
uh,
and
bones, skeletons, and yeah, that too stood out to me because I thought the armor, the helmet has red hair. The red hair, the first thing I think about is Ganon. Like, why? Now these two characters in this world have red hair. And then I started jumping on the idea like, what if these people, this tribe, looked up to Ganon and they modeled themselves
yeah,
out
but
of
they like
after Ganon?
worshipped him, thinking that
Yeah,
he was some deity.
because everything there is all skulls. They all have husks and horns. And
And
Ganon is always depicted as a boar.
oh yeah, and you're talking about there was or many boar statues in that area too.
Yeah, there is a boar statue in Faron. And when I looked it up, apparently there are other boar statues.
Oh, okay.
And I know that even in the Creating a Champions book, I saw that there is a part at the end that says there are Zonai fragments scattered throughout Hyrule. It's not just in the Faron Woods. They gave you like a little color map showing where they all are scattered.
Okay.
So yeah, I learned there's a boar statue in the Zonai area, and then I'm like, well, the boar is so representative of Ganon. He is always depicted as a boar-like, pig-like creature. So that made me really think, like, hey, if you model your armor after with red hair and a skull
Yeah,
and with
the
horns,
red hair is very telling, I think,
yeah,
and especially with, and then you think of like the hand that grabs Ganon and looks to revive him, and that seems to be Zonai.
do you think do you think it's reviving him?
I don't know. And like, okay, like here, I mean, there's so much. First of all, with the Zonai, there's always there's the spirals,
Mm-hmm.
the vertical spirals. Hey, should be hey toast. There's the vertical spirals that are upside down triangles, like you and then all the what other Zonai things are there? I thought we
Symbols.
had
There's
one.
like lots of dragons,
Oh yeah, they
spirals.
yeah. I just remember the upside down spirals, uh, but in the upside down, which the upside down triangles, and that's the tie-in to that missing fourth piece of the Triforce, and the Zonai
Oh,
being
yeah,
gone.
and you told me, I didn't know this, you mentioned that as Ganondorf is being resurrected in that first trailer, there's like an upside down
Yeah,
pyramid right
yeah.
above him.
So, oh, I'm in the wrong video. Hold on. Here, let me go here. I'm going the very first trailer that we got. It shows that upside down pyramid where Ganon is resurrected. Look, there's an upside down triangle with the Zonai jizz all around it, circling around it.
I didn't even know that was like, oh yeah,
That's the
it is. It's
same.
like
That's
a
the same.
nipple.
And so that's another upside down
There's
pyramid
so many
triangle.
upside down pyramids. And it really stands out when we saw the trailers and he's in the Sky Islands. Having monuments shaped like
Oh
that is
yeah.
so bizarre.
I
You'd think it
wonder.
just kind of topple onto itself.
Yeah, and like when where was it? He was like, oh, we have sirens coming. Oh yeah, wait, I just saw it. Excuse the sirens, right there in the
Yeah.
background.
Uh-huh.
When he turns, everything is like narrow based
Yeah.
and wider at the top. You can see it up here.
Yeah.
He keeps turning around because he's trying to fuse this boulder. But yeah, there's so many upside down structures up in the Sky Islands, and the islands themselves looking upside down, looking like upside
So
down triangles.
being upside down, and when I started thinking about the connection to the barbarian armor and just the boar statue being in near the Zonai ruins, and thinking, hey, maybe these people looked up to Ganon at some point. Is the inverted triangle like a negative thing? Are they opposing the Triforce? Are they more on Ganon's side, and
Yeah,
are they
'cause-
evil?
yeah,
Are
because
they against us?
we just today we were talking about like what if how the Sheikas you know worship Hylia. What if
Yeah.
it's the same, like the equivalent on the other side of the Zonai that worship Ganon? Like if there's those are two paths. Can I get into my time travel thing?
Yes.
And okay, so that was part of my whole thing where, okay, what if, it's not like it's pretty well known about multiple timelines occurring at the same time in the Zelda universe.
Yeah.
And
Mm-hmm.
so I was thinking, okay, the first time that we've ever seen Sheikah and uh, Zonai in the same game is Breath of the Wild. And there's a lot of confusion with what timeline Breath of the Wild is in. And so
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking, and because you pointed out like there's certain caps that signal which path it's on, but there's like some crossover with Breath of the Wild. And so I was like, what if Breath of the Wild is the converging of paths at some point, and it kind of exists in its own thing. And Tears of the Kingdom, you have to travel back in time, back before Skyward Sword, or
Is
so around
that
that.
I'm sorry, is that the now that I'm watching a bunch of videos, I've been in the dark for so long. Is that now the legitimate theory that it's Breath of the Wild is the merging of all timelines?
I've
Because
never
the
heard that. I just thought of that today.
oh really?
Yeah.
The last video I saw, it was probably the Zeltic video.
Okay.
He showed the timeline and he
Oh.
showed all three merging with Breath of the Wild
Oh,
as if it
really?
was a fact, as if
Oh,
it
I
was
mean,
just
maybe.
known.
I don't know. I was just thinking about it when I was thinking about the Zonai and the Sheikah existing in the same universe,
Yeah, it
where
would
they
make
never had before.
I was always thinking it's in the downfall timeline because the cap and there was like other things I picked up, but I was like, hey, he has yellow in the cap. All other links in the downfall timeline have yellow in the cap. But then we have Korok and then we have the Rito, which all come from different timelines.
Yeah,
So
and that's why I'm thinking that maybe it could be confirmed. I have no idea. I was just thinking, I was like, oh look, there's all these like things where it kind of encompasses everything from Zelda. There's not a whole lot of things that are missing out of it. But then I was thinking with Tears of the Kingdom, maybe you go way back in time and you have to change things and you maybe jump across different timelines. But maybe that's why the Koroks are like, when the little one's like, help me find my friend, type of thing. Like they're in a different state because it's way in the past. Even if maybe Link isn't younger, he travels back as himself post Breath of the Wild, but he travels back into a time that existed before Skyward Sword. So that's why he's not as young as he is in Skyward Sword, or whatever. Like, or he's I mean, or his age doesn't matter in the games, right? Because like
only in
young,
Ocarina, I guess.
yeah, okay. So I don't know. I just think that I'm heavy on the time travel thing
So
where
you think in Tears of the Kingdom, Link will have the ability to.
I don't know if he just goes back and then comes back forward, like if it's just a one time trip, or if you travel again like across different periods in the universe, or across like different universes, like different timelines that are happening simultaneously, like a multiverse thing.
Oh man, that's so
But
cool.
build
Yeah,
his
that
boat.
building is attractive. We all want to build a boat.
He builds like a
Um,
speedboat. Um,
the time of when I was watching Zeltic's video, I really liked his theory about he mentioned something that which is true in all of the Zelda games. We're not killing Ganon or Ganondorf. We're just kind of sealing him away. He's not dead completely. He's not destroyed. That's why evil keeps coming back and the story keeps repeating.
yeah, the loop.
Yeah, there's loop. So
Look,
what if there is
sorry.
something to oh The upside down.
Look at all the look at
All the
everything is upside down triangles.
yeah, upside down triangle.
Everything's upside down.
Upside down
The upside down triangle thing. I think you.
isosceles.
I think those are isosceles triangles. I think you're definitely onto something. Every single piece of structure up here is inverted.
So I was thinking, going along with the Zonai, what if the Zonai, the missing triangle, was the missing piece of the puzzle this whole time, and they have the power to fully destroy Ganon completely?
Yeah.
And so I was saying about Zeltic, he mentioned that we never actually kill Ganon, but maybe through, like you said, some sort of time loop thing,
Oh.
and with the Zonai help, we're able to destroy Ganon, and so the Zonai created all these Sky Islands, and now in Tears of the Kingdom we have Sky Islands. We figure out a way to destroy Ganon, and now that Ganon is dead and gone for good, he's not coming back. No evil is coming back. The Legend of Zelda will end with Tears of the Kingdom, Sky Island created, and we enter back into the time of Skyward Sword, where we start with islands in the sky.
And there's no Ganon.
There's no Ganon.
So yeah, so that's what I was thinking. I was going back to like the Avengers thing where, okay, the other reason why I was thinking about the time travel is, okay, this ancient civilization, either they came back to the future, or they or you go back to where they existed in ancient times. So that's what I'm thinking. Oh, maybe you travel way back in time to when they were thriving. This whole world is just like way, like, not even just like right before Skyward Sword. I'm saying like when they talk about ancient times, but you're still like your current post Breath of the Wild self, and your whole thing is to figure out like you said, figure out that missing piece to destroy Ganon, and you realize it's with the Zonai, and you have to figure out something to just like basically like it's like the Hitler baby paradox. You kill Ganon before everything else and it happens, and reverse the future, change the future by going back to the past type of thing. And that could totally be a storyline for this. And
it just wraps up the timeline, and the way the video put it was so brilliant. It was just because in Skyward Sword, Hylia becomes Zelda.
Oh yeah.
And then at the end, maybe Zelda's gonna take back the form as Hylia, and it just kind of comes full circle. And he ends it by saying, "Well, the whole story is just about the Legend of Zelda. It's what the name is about. It's her becoming mortal from a goddess, going through these timelines." Now they figure out a way, instead of repeating the same shitty story they have all the time with evil. Now they finally defeated it. They go back, and they're able to live out their timeline without this evil.
Yeah. No, I think that's a great prediction, and I think we're onto it. I think whether the time travel and the Zonai being like the missing piece, the upside down triangle inside of the Triforce, I think those are the two things that hit me the hardest.
Yeah. It's all thanks to you sending me that Monk video yesterday.
Just bugging you. I know we went kind of off on a, because I even said, I was like, we need to record something, and then today they announced that there's going to be a trailer, and so I wanted to do this before, like, we had all these ideas, and I want to make sure that we got them out here before the trailer dropped, and we're like, oh, we just said that, and so I'm getting out ahead.
We thought about that.
We did think about it. The other thing I was thinking about, like, maybe the Zonai guy, that if whatever
the Zonai guy.
Yeah, whoever that is. The arm. and then the grabs Ganon.
Yeah.
Ganon like goes bleh. And then but then there's the Zelda like lend him your power. Obviously
Yeah.
Link gets the power from that. So what if it was like a Zonai like they worshipped him and they were like, we need to bring him back, and then he like does some crazy shit and they're like, oh my bad, and then Zelda's like, give him your power, let him fix all this shit
Yeah,
that you
yeah.
fucked up. Because I don't know, I'm just trying to think
Yeah.
of other how to tie it all together
Yeah.
where there's because
They,
it looks like like okay, I'm going back to that first trailer. I feel like has the most stuff.
it has the most
It's the
story.
most
Like I
story.
was telling you that it's not the
You
first time we see a tribe following Ganondorf, because we had that in Twilight Princess where we had the Twilight people and Zant under Ganondorf's control, and then Ganondorf was kind of like, fuck y'all, and didn't care about the Twilight
I
people.
freezed
So
it.
cut it.
I freezed it. There's Zonai paintings of Ganondorf on a horse
Oh,
on the
he looks
wall.
sexy. They're making him look sexy. See?
See,
They
yeah,
like
they
him.
like him.
They like him. Or the ancient tribe liked him.
Yeah,
Maybe later on they realized, yo, this guy isn't cool.
he's not so hot.
But with the Twilight Princess theory, we see that Ganondorf controls a tribe. The tribe is like, "Okay, Ganondorf is cool," and then Ganondorf is like, "Fuck you. I'm getting the power. You guys are just puppets."
Yeah,
So the tribe's like, screw you. We're gonna help Link. We're gonna help Link out, which is kind of, Midna helping Link out. She was from the Twilight. Zant was Twilight and picking on Link. It's kind of a similar vibe with, hey, Zonai loved Ganon at one point, and then Ganondorf was like, thanks for helping me, but screw
screw off.
all of you. And then the Zonai were like, okay, well, fuck you. We're gonna help Zelda and Link now. All right, take that.
More like
Common enemy.
more like Ganondorf. Oh, I should unpause this. There's so much in this.
Oh yeah,
We got the
that's a
spirals.
great shot.
There's. I want to know why Zelda's hair is short and Link's hair is long.
Link's hair didn't change. Zelda, I could totally see.
No,
She's like,
his
I want
hair
to change.
his hair is way longer in
What?
in all this stuff.
Is it?
Yeah.
Looks the same.
No. Look at him.
Let me look up a link in my giant book.
Here. Look at how long his hair is.
Oh, when it's out, yeah. We
Is-
didn't see it out too much in
Breath of the Wild, is it
though.
tied up? Is
It's
that the
always tied
difference?
up. Yeah. I'm
I
trying
don't
to find
even
a
think I
picture.
realized that. His hair looks so long and
Yeah, now it's down. In Breath of the Wild, it was tied up mostly.
oh.
I'm trying to look for a
Oh,
picture.
maybe that's why I'm like I thought his hair was way longer in all the two.
I could
Kingdom
totally see Zelda, because in Breath of the Wild, she's so all about, I want to explore. I'm not down with being a princess who sits down and does nothing. She wants to go exploring. She wants to discover. She was all about the research. She didn't just sit idly by. She was no weak princess. She was no damsel in
which
distress.
one? In which one? Sorry.
In Breath of the Wild.
Oh yeah.
So I could totally see her being like, this hair's gotta go. It's preventing me from doing all my exploring. There's gonna be keys getting stuck in this long hair. So I could see her cutting her hair.
Breath of the Wild cover art.
Of his
God,
hair?
why is it all? Oh, it's tied up, I guess.
It's tied up. I keep just finding this link.
Is that like an original concept?
Yeah, he always had his little ponytail.
Oh, I don't even think I realized that. That's how it shows how much I pay attention.
No, but it does when in Tears of the Kingdom, he has it down in a lot of the trailer.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. He has his little ponytail. Okay. Fair enough. Uh,
Do you think we'll see any of the champions?
I don't know. So that's why tomorrow I'm curious what that's. Oh, I was gonna say. I feel like we've only seen a very small snippet of the game. I think it's gonna be much more expansive. Either that, or there's gonna be a weird ass gameplay loop where you have to restart. It could. What if it's a roguelike?
Oh, no, no, they wouldn't do that.
I'm just trying to think. I feel like there's so much that that we don't know. And especially like with the caves and the underground, now you have like positive and negative altitudes and stuff.
Mhm.
And then those little cave markings um, on the map. I wonder what is going to happen with the caves if.
I hope there are shrines. I know there's some people who complained about not having traditional dungeons. I wonder if they're going to give that back to us because I feel like the majority of people were like, no, this is epic and we love it. We love the shrines.
Yeah,
But they still miss the
I don't
dungeons.
get the. I mean, I guess I understand the dungeon thing. Like, it would be cool. Like, because you were saying I didn't even think about it like this way, but the beasts, um, their like challenges were more in line with traditional dungeons, and so we kind of in Breath of the Wild we got the best of both worlds. Instead of, like we got like four like maybe smaller dungeons and then
Hmm.
120 shrines, whereas normally you get like what seven big dungeons,
Hmm.
and so I'm like I was gonna say like maybe there's a some like in between where there's like 50 or 60 shrines, but then like 20 something medium sized dungeons or something, and they but I there's no um, clues that that would be the case even, and so I don't know. I don't understand the argument that the dungeons need to come back the way that they used to be.
That was just traditional Zelda. That was all
Yeah,
Zelda games. It was just you enter a dungeon and you have to work your way through to find keys and navigate through them, and people miss um that formula.
yeah. I
People
keep
didn't, so I mean, some people didn't like the open world. I
I keep
love the open world.
I keep mixing up keys with keys when you say it.
And keys.
And keys. All hail King Ganon, said to evil Gerudo. Uh, oh, I was gonna say because when I thought that Link had longer hair than in Breath of the Wild, I thought maybe their length of hair would determine what period of time you're in or something. If we're
Oh,
doing time travel, because that's like a movie trope. I was like, oh, maybe they can
yeah,
play on
but
that.
Link would be doing the traveling, and
Yeah,
I
so
guess
he
he should
wouldn't.
stay the same,
Yeah,
right?
if he's traveling into different
Well,
timelines.
I mean, not in Ocarina of Time, so. But Ocarina of Time, they really made it stand out between 7 year age difference.
Yeah, I didn't play Ocarina of Time. I played. I got lost in the Lost Woods, and I was like, I bounced off of it. I played on my 3DS. That's when I was like, I
Spoiler alert, it is time travel based.
oh, I should have known that based on the name. Uh, I mean, aren't they? I mean, they all. I mean, Breath of the Wild is kind of the only one that's not. I mean,
Um,
not the only one, but like a link or like doesn't have some sort of either alternate universe or time
yeah,
travel or something.
yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah,
Breath of
yeah.
the Wild, like the few that I've played are either set in an alternate
Mm-hmm.
universe have another like a
Mm-hmm.
an alternate universe, or now you say that there's time
Yeah, yeah,
travel
yeah.
in Ocarina of Time, or there's some sort of time factor. It's odd. It's kind of odd that Breath of the Wild all existed in a single period of time in a single universe, other than the memories, which
Yeah.
aren't you don't play through anything. You start and
Skyward
end.
Sword has the time, and
Skyward Sword
Twilight
does.
Princess. Twilight Princess does? I forget. No, that just you're able to go to the Twilight realm.
But there's a
Yeah, it's
different
another realm. Just
realm.
like,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. It's one
Link
or
to
the
the
other. I feel
past,
like.
Link between worlds.
Yeah. So I wouldn't be surprised. That's what when I'm saying like we haven't seen all of this game. We've only seen like a slice of it. Still, I feel like there's another realm or another time or another timeline or another.
I said that these guys, these little Zonai constructs, reminded me so much of the little guys in Skyward Sword.
Skyward. Yeah. Oh
The
man,
ancient
you didn't
Scissorin
prep me on. What are they called?
robot guys.
Skyward Sword
The robot.
robot guys.
Um, they kind of reminded me of them. They're a little cute, but these guys were our friends in
These
Skyward
guys?
Sword.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
they have little power connecting their hands.
they have little powers. They have little some sort of a spiral going on in their forehead there,
Oh
but
yeah.
they were so in Skyward Sword, you go to this place, and if you travel back in time, you meet all of these advanced creatures, and then if you travel forward, it's all barren wasteland. So it's like these. It's very similar, the idea of these advanced tech savvy characters being around.
And it's very like it's in that same realm of like that kind of like not cyberpunk but like the like ancient futuristic like kind of merging into one with like the kind of like steam like the idea of steampunk without like where it's like
Hmm.
old but with like really modern features.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm getting opening up too many windows. But that's that whole thing, and they have. I want to know what the Zonai charges do because they do something.
Also, just straight up, the Zonai are attacking us. They hate us.
Yeah, I don't know if it's. It could be like they're just programmed, like just defend.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it could not. It could be that they're
Like
just
the
like,
Guardians. The Guardians
yeah,
were fighting for us. Ganon got control of them, and
exactly.
now they're against
I wouldn't
us.
be surprised if that is if it's one of those things where they're not actually bad, especially because the ones that aren't like the farming ones, they're
Hmm.
not coming after us.
Oh, they aren't?
No, like the one that he encounters at the other side of
Uh-huh.
the river. It's just
Uh-huh.
like doing its thing. It just
Yeah.
ignores
Cool.
you. But the like the ones that are supposed to be like little protectors, they come after. They maybe they're just it's just a program thing. And whoever is in charge hasn't fixed it or something. I don't know. Um, I want to know if there's caves. I want to know if there's like any underwater stuff. I feel like
Underwater.
there could be some underwater stuff.
I got to tell you, I'm not excited to swim if there is. I don't know if there
I'm not
is.
either. I hope that clicking in on the L stick doesn't make you crouch in this game.
It wouldn't be the first time we had an underwater encounter in a Zelda game.
I don't think there's gonna be, and I hope there's not actually. Hey, River.
Eh, he is traversing the river and choosing not to dive under.
Yeah,
So,
and they made it clear that he would not survive crossing that river.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah. Because he still has that stamina wheel.
yeah, And so I don't know if there's something that you can. I don't know. I think the caves.
What do you think the caves are?
I don't
Because we've
know.
seen glimpses of that. We know that when on the map you see little tick marks on the
Yeah, on the
caves,
caves. So that
meaning
you have to complete something in the caves.
complete something, or maybe it just means you found this cave. You went inside.
I know we
You
watched.
popped the cave cherry,
He popped.
and then it's like tick.
It's like you're like the notch on the bedpost. The, the the one thing did that happen when when he
When we
entered
entered,
that one? I know we
I
watched
don't
that
know.
analysis of the gameplay, and I don't think it did. So
It
I think
didn't.
there's
Oh,
something you have to achieve in the cave.
I have to watch it back. I didn't know.
Oh, actually, we were just here. Where was it? It was when he was doing the.
Out of the Triforce, what would you pick between wisdom, courage, and power?
Ooh.
Courage. I'd like courage.
Oh, this one was already checked.
Oh, they're so smart.
Courage. Probably, I'd probably pick wisdom.
Wisdom is. You need wisdom.
If I'm being
That
honest.
crystal ball is also something of
Oh
interest.
yeah, we saw that. It looked like a shop icon.
The shop icon. Think you could just go there and buy tools and weapons?
I don't know. I like that it's like it could just be like a random thing, and you're just like,
Like a
give me,
touch screen?
like I it like. No, I'm thinking like you know the little balls that you get out of in Splatoon 3. Like you
Oh, a
pay some
gumball. Yeah,
yeah, the gumball, and then
those
something
count as
like ba, ba, ba,
balls.
ba, and you get something.
Oh my god.
Uh,
Oh.
I that would be kind of fun.
The little Zonai guy blowing you away with his fan would irritate the fuck out of me.
I know, but I kind of like that they can.
Oh, there's still malice stuff happening there when he's
Oh
diving
yeah,
down.
and look
I wonder
up
what those
around.
are.
Was that Death Mountain over there?
Oh yeah.
And there's like, I don't know. There's so much to dive into, um, but the okay. To recap, Zonai are ancient. They're they're like warlike
Barbarians? Or
barbarian, but they have like magic. They have some control of magic,
yes.
and
They did
that was
mention there are very magical creatures in this book, the official book.
Can I point out how brilliant you are with all your Zelda knowledge, and look at this post that you did. You sent it to me where you translated this text on here to on this
Aw.
day King of Hyrule opened this structure to the public. Okay, so you had sent this to me, and when I was gonna go back in, you're like, oh, go find the whatever the plaque that I translated. It was like what, like 3 or 4 years ago, 5 years ago.
6 years ago? That's when Breath of the Wild came
Yeah,
out.
yeah, 6 years ago. And what's funny because I didn't even. You just told me it was on the Great Plateau, so I just transported to the Great Plateau tower, and
Mm.
I didn't even look at this. But did you notice the picture that I sent you? And you said there's a bunch of them around.
Yeah, it's the same one.
I
You
went to
were
the
on,
exact
right?
same one, and I was standing in the same, almost the same exact spot. That was not intentional. I did not even know. How
What
hilarious
was
is
I
that?
wearing? Was I in the same clothes?
No, you're wearing
Oh,
the
I was in
shorts and
I was wearing my climbing gear. I was so all in that climbing gear.
climbing gear. I don't even think I have climbing
Can
gear.
you imagine trying to translate that?
No,
You know how long that took?
I can't believe that you did that.
That was fun.
And I searced again and tried to find that phrase. It doesn't exist.
Oh my god!
I don't think anyone has done that.
Am I the only one?
I think
Am I the only
so.
one?
I think so.
Oh my god. I should repost this.
You should,
I'm gonna
because that's
repost
wild.
this.
Also, you posted out. When did you post this?
Uh,
June 18th, 2017, and that's when you had the same number of hearts that I have right now.
June. It's playing for 3 months.
You are insanely awesome. But yeah, so these plaques around the Great Plateau, that like the fortified wall. Oh, I can't you can't see it. And you even
If I'm
checked because they all say
I'm
this.
the
You
first.
even checked to make sure that they all said the same thing, right?
Yeah, yeah. And a lot of the plaques were just so damaged that I couldn't read them. That was the best plaque. I took shots. I zoomed in with my Sheikah
Oh,
slate,
yeah, like your
getting different
camera.
angles. I went to my Hyrule Historia that has the translated text of Hylian, and I translated it bit by bit. And there's so many characters that are like, is that a P, a Z, a Q?
The other thing that we haven't touched on is the developer's note that you sent me. That basically, the senior lead artist for landscape said that as they are in the process of creating the cities and people of every region of Hyrule, we thought that if we showed fragments of a civilization that collapsed long ago. Oh, here, hold on. Let me make you big. Wait, what are you
It's
pointing
at the
at?
page. Where they show Zonai stuff.
Oh yeah, the Zonai Towers. So yeah, there's Zonai Towers definitely that we're gonna experience in Tears of the Kingdom.
But that's in Breath of the Wild. So
But those are
if you want to,
Sheikah Towers.
these,
The
that's a Zonai tower.
Yeah, I think that's what are in Tears of the Kingdom, with the lights
Yeah,
coming off them. But the
yeah,
towers in Breath of the Wild are Sheikah Towers, right?
yeah.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. There's some parallel between Sheikah and Zonai. That's why I was like, okay, maybe. And the
They are
parallel between
tribes that want to
Hylia,
help
they're
a Triforce.
oh
We don't know what Triforce. It seems like Sheikah want to help the Wisdom Triforce, and Zonai want to help the Power
power.
Triforce. And Link is stuck in the middle, wondering who to follow. I think the Zonai may be a good and evil type of
It
thing.
could be because especially if we're going with the upside down triangle in negative space type of thing, they could have been just kind of in between everything, and that would explain why they have statues of all of the
Oh yeah, I
representations,
haven't
like we're
come
saying.
across an owl statue. I'll go
I
venturing
thought I
off.
thought I saw someone say that the owls were in a specific spot.
Yeah, I did see that. Owls, dragons, and
Boars.
boars.
And so you pointed this out that Zonai is like a it's like an anagram of, was it Nazo?
Also,
That means mystery in
yeah,
Japanese.
which makes sense because they have the three labyrinths in that area, which are all have a lot of Zonai um,
Oh yeah.
characters on them, symbols on them.
Splatoon. What are we doing? We're
You didn't
doing.
do any labyrinths, right?
I didn't do any labyrinths. I didn't do so much.
The labyrinths are really cool. I just you're just drawn to them just because how they look. They're these elaborate setups with these interesting designs. And at the time I didn't know the first time I encountered one, I didn't know what a zonai was. I didn't know they were a tribe or
Oh okay.
anything. I just thought, hey, this is so cool looking. But now they are the bases of the new game. Who would have thought?
Yeah,
And probably Ganon followers.
we think.
I'm thinking they're Ganon followers and Ganondorf or Ganon. Either one, followers, and then Ganondorf screwed them over. And they said, you know what? We're going to help Zelda. Zelda's like, lend him your
Oh really?
power. Zona's like, you know what? You're right. This guy's a dick.
What if the Zonai are just all like completely neutral? They're like, we don't take any sides. They're like Switzerland. They're like, we're not in the middle of this. But then like, uh, something happens that's why Zelda's so desperate. Like, you need to help, or else something really really bad's gonna happen, type of thing.
The shot in the first trailer where Zelda's or somebody, uh, maybe it's Zelda is falling, and then we see the blue arm grabbing her.
And we determined that was Link, right?
Oh, it was Link.
Yeah, because we talked about who it was,
Yeah, you're right. It was Link.
and so,
We were talking
but
about
yeah,
that.
I'm feeling more and more that I'm leaning hard into your negative, the space in between the
This
Triforce, and those are the Zonai that kind of hold it all together, even in if they don't exist, even
they're
if they
the
don't
glue
exist.
that fuses the Triforce
Yeah,
together.
yeah.
Fusing,
Fuses. They
ultra
they're
handing,
ultra hand,
ascending.
ultra hand, the fuse of the Triforce.
Yeah.
But the one thing we haven't discussed is the dragon eating dragon thing. That
Oh,
that definitely has something to do. I don't know. I'm still not so, like, I know you talked about how there's like the life and like the resurrection and the capture of Ganon over and over and over again for like the end of time. I'm still not positive that it's not some sort of gameplay mechanic that they're gonna play into with some sort of time.
oh, time travel. Yeah,
Or I
I
mean,
would like to see
even if it's
that.
like a loop thing, like maybe
Yeah.
you have to go back and fix things, and then you go back forward and see if what changed, and you have to go back in time, and then go
Well,
back and see
that's
what.
just that's. I wouldn't be surprised because that's a common thing. That was how it was in Ocarina of Time. That's how it was in Skyward Sword.
Yeah,
Exactly that. I have more vivid memories of Skyward Sword because I just played it, but it was if you enter a place, you have to time travel back to get something to happen, you know?
yeah.
Same thing with
Okay.
Ocarina of Time. So it's a common trope.
Yeah, I mean that's definitely that could
The dragons eating each other, I still feel like it's Zona being like, you guys are fucked.
like
You are just sealing Ganon. You're not destroying Ganon. This is just going to keep going on and on and on. And we're just watching it happen.
what was
Maybe the
that? Hold
Zonai is
on.
on the outside, like,
Hold on. What was Can I wait, hold on. I want to play it at like quarter speed or something. Uh I forgot how to do that. Settings speed.
like I forgot about the big
Oops. Whoops.
mecha thing he fights. Look at that.
The stone, or
Yeah.
like the block thing.
Stone Talus's
So much
brother.
happening. Yeah. There was a Ganon figure. I'm playing this in slow motion. Sorry for listening on audio.
Oh, and all the Nazca lines.
Oh yeah.
That's also another we worship what we saw. We're gonna draw it.
Did I not go far? Did I go too far back?
Oh dang, look at all these weapons he has. And Zelda is bearing a Zonai garb there,
Oh, she was?
right?
I didn't even see.
Go we're not watching. I mean,
Oh,
we're off.
you see it off. Yeah.
Yeah, I see it off.
You're like 10 or 15 seconds.
Wait, what video what trailer is this?
This is the official trailer 2 from this year.
Okay, 2. I'm gonna go back and watch that. She looked like she was wearing some Zonai thing right down.
Oh. There has to be some. Oh, and then I forgot the snaky things.
Oh, oh my God! There's so much shit in here.
We should have
I'm
gone
not
back and
ready.
watched all the
I did. I watched.
in
There's
in halftime.
at halftime. Yeah, you're right.
Oh, there's the block man. Oh yeah,
I
that's
love
what it was.
shit.
That's what it was. I mean,
Look at Ganondorf.
that's
Oh,
that's yeah. What
oh
is
my god,
happening
look at
to
him.
him?
He looks so creepy.
Hey, Aaron.
Holy shit. If you can make anything creepy, that's it.
Yeah, that's some intense.
He's angry.
He's
Oh,
angry and
another
hurt.
so I came across that Zeltic had my same idea a year ago because he just picks up on these things quickly.
Are you talking about
Uh
that the Zonai are followers of Ganon?
yeah.
I'm off of that now.
You're
I
off?
think they're neutral. I think they're neutral.
What about the barbarian armor and the red hair and the boar
Oh
statue?
yeah, I forgot about that. But the statues I feel like all kind of negate. I'm so excited for tomorrow. I cannot wait to see this trailer. I just hope that it is epic as fuck.
It is gonna be epic.
It better be. They better.
I'm gonna watch the Breath of the Wild trailer again 2 more times before I go to sleep. I'm
No.
excited for the fusing abilities, the Ultra Hand abilities. You heard
Yeah.
that the Ultra Hand is named after a toy that Nintendo
Yes, and I knew that.
distributed.
That was like one of the first
That was the thing I was
toys that they
playing. It was
built.
like what I was playing with in Charlie's room.
Yeah,
A little
yeah,
bit
he has an ultra hand in there. That's all. It's a grabber. Yeah, I did see that.
I was wielding the power before I knew.
It's funny because I should have picked up on that because I was like, Ultra Hand sounds familiar.
Link's arm is looks
Oh,
like it's already
yes, I told. Didn't
it's
I tell you that?
already fudged up by the time he's going for her.
Yeah, yeah. So I think some of these clips are the very end of the game where he may have lost that green power because look how decrepit his arm looks. It's all like red, and he doesn't have the green
Okay.
thing, and he looks like he barely even has a hand left. And so
Is
it's
this
either
ability consuming
yeah, it looked like
his
it was
life?
like eating him away, type of thing.
We are led to believe that this takes place in the beginning when they're exploring. It seems like Zelda and Link exploring that underground area would fit perfectly with right after Breath of the Wild. These guys are just so curious. They're going to go and explore now that Calamity Ganon is sealed away. And we see Zelda. So it just seems like, doesn't that all take place in the beginning? But looking at his
Maybe, but
arm,
yeah, and I don't know if you've seen it yet, but when he has the power, like the Zonai power in his arm, it does the Zonai symbols across his chest.
yeah.
And
And this
in
one
this one,
is,
it's like eating away at him. It's all like
oh
decrepit.
shit.
It doesn't have any of that when he's reaching.
Yeah.
His arm's like decayed. So it's either that's maybe something else is causing his arm to decay, and then he gets the Zonai to like rebuild his arm. It's like Star Wars where he loses it
There
and
is
then
some there is a scene in one of these many trailers where it looks like the something's going on with his arm and it looks like he's in pain. Like he's like, oh,
oh,
like it's taking him on against his will rather than if something was strong and benevolent, it would be like, oh, hey, I'm getting this new power. But this is like, ah,
if you notice, I noticed it in the statue of Pax. It starts green, and then by the end, it's like the same blue as the Sheikah blue.
saying blue,
Like you know how the Sheikah has like a
the
blue,
champion
the
blue.
champion blue or whatever. I assumed it was Sheikah because everything Sheikah's like that has that blue tinge.
It could possibly be like infecting slowly.
I don't
You
know.
think?
It's like blue with like the with talons, and then it turns into green as it goes up his arm. But not always.
So
It's only on certain.
maybe it's
Uh,
just corrupting him,
it
infecting
could
him,
be, but it
like
seems
Parasite, the anime.
like my son.
Okay, I could watch this all day. You could wrap up. I could just keep looking at this.
I know we've spent like a week now just analyzing and predicting,
It's
and
made me hungry.
I'm hungry too. I didn't eat dinner, so I ate a late lunch. Okay, let's wrap. Thank you for giving me all your Zelda knowledge. I am so excited to watch the trailer tomorrow with you. I'm so excited. We have 1 month until the release of Tears of the Kingdom. I am so excited.
Then our lives are
They're
over.
done. I'm coming to see you twice before, and then it's coming out, and I'm not seeing you until we go on our vacation. At least we'll get plenty of time on the airplane to play.
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
Play on my new OLED.
Oh yeah. Bye, Toast. Thanks for hanging out.
All right.
We're
Night,
wrapping.
Toast.
We're wrapping. Enjoy the trailer. We'll see what we got right. Maybe. Maybe we won't. Maybe it'll be another obscure trailer that we won't. No. Oh man, I can't wait to break it down though. All right. Good night. Have a good last month without Tears of the Kingdom. We'll be back. I think next week. I'm pushing the Mario. Will you beat Super Mario World?
Yes.
All right. Next week we'll do the video game book club, and I'll get some nominees going for the next one. All right. Adios. Bye. See ya.